Hello everyone. Hope all of you are doing fine. I'm Dimple and I'll be taking your week test 38 discussion online. So now let's start with the week 38 test discussion. Now let's see the fifth question. What are the advantages and concerns with the retention of public health data? Suggest the ways to ensure the privacy-centric public health data retention policy. Now this is a 15 marker question and let's see the keywords. So first is advantages and then concerns and then retention of public health data. Now suggest is our directive word here. Suggest the way forward is our directive word, and then privacy centric public health data retention policy. So try to figure out what the keywords are and then try to address all of these in your answer. Now let's see the introduction. So in the introduction, you can first describe what public health data is, and then you can also substantiate this with appropriate context. So public health data basically means all the data which is related to health conditions or reproductive outcomes or causes of deaths, quality of life, etc. of an individual or the overall population. Now, this data is basically being collected from a series of health information systems and other technological tools. So this is your overall description of public health data. And after that, in the context part, you can say that National Health Authority of India has started a consultation process on retention of this public health data. So this is going to be your overall introduction. Now let's come to the body part. So first in the body, you need to mention the advantages, which is basically asked in your question, and it is also your first first keyword. So what are the advantages of retention of public health data? This is going to be your overall heading, and under this you'll be giving subheadings like availability of timely and relevant data, then accessibility to patients, healthcare workers, etc., then targeted healthcare delivery, and then you'll further elaborate these points. And after that, you need to come to the concerns part, which are associated with the retention of public health data. Now, again, you'll give further subheadings like it runs a risk of over collection, since it will also lead to retention of unnecessary data. And another subheading would be that a one size fits all system might not work, because under retention of data that is genuinely required for research or public policy needs may be undermined. So under retention of this data may happen. And then you also need to mention privacy concern. I guess this is also not mentioned in your model answer, but since your question asks specifically about how to ensure privacy centric public healthcare data retention policy, so this privacy is a major keyword in your question. So also address the concerns associated with privacy. That privacy of the individuals would also be in question, and also in the absence of overall data protection law in our country, there are major privacy related issues. So after giving this, you can further give a way forward, wherein you can say that a clear and specific case for retention needs to be delineated, and also the fact that data needs to be anonymized, because unless a specific case is made for keeping personally identifiable information, this data cannot be misused. And after that, you can also mention that express and informed consent of the individual in question is also required. And after that, as a concluding remark, you can say that this particular privacy-centric public health data retention policy, it will benefit evidence-based policy making, and it will also boost R&D in public healthcare. But it also will require ownership, maintenance, regulated guidelines, a robust data protection framework, and a multi-stakeholder approach. And herein data protection, so wherein data protection is mentioned, you can mention B.N. Sri Krishna committee so as to add value to your answer.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civil's Daily.